My name's Chris Knowles, lead forecaster out here at the office, and I thought a briefing was necessary, conference call was necessary today because of the multiple impacts that we expect this week. We're looking at the chance for severe storms tonight and tomorrow. Flash flooding is a significant concern across our area late tonight and tomorrow. And then we're looking at a potentially significant winter storm for Wednesday night, coming in two waves actually, Wednesday night and then again Thursday midday to early evening. And with that, there's considerable QPF, a lot of moisture, so could be another round of flooding, especially across Kentucky. But it could extend north of there as well, even in the region of wintry precipitation if it's in liquid form, which we think it will be. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first slide already up there for you, if you can see. The day one outlook. This is for mainly late tonight, after midnight. I put the timing on the graphic there, 3 to 6 a.m. moving into southeast Missouri. The possibility of strong to severe storms. We think the thunderstorms will be ongoing before that in western Kentucky, and we could start to see a heavy rain concern develop even by midnight into the early morning hours close to the Ohio River. But the main area of concern convection-wise comes in later in the night, the pre-dawn hours into southeast Missouri up to the Ohio River, and then through the early morning hours across southern Illinois, West Kentucky, and even southwest Indiana between 6 and 10 a.m. We will see the activity continue to move on to the northeast. Damaging wind is the main concern with the highest probabilities tonight, late over southeastern Missouri. There is a 5% tornado probability as well. The instability has increased somewhat, as has the shear that's forecast in the guidance. So ramping up the wording just a tad for southeast Missouri late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Through the day tomorrow, slight risk covers most of the region with a marginal up along I-64 and north of there. And this encompasses two potential rounds. The first round, which will be departing the area through the late morning hours, and then perhaps a second round of scattered severe thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening, forming along a strong cold front that will be entering the area. And our tornado probability from SPC for day two is 5% across a good part of the area. And what I was looking at, the critical component here will be, will the storms line up with the best parameters? Some guidance says they may lag just a little bit, but if they line up, then this definitely looks legit to me. So definitely, and the damaging wind concern exists in this entire area as well for tomorrow. Again, that's the afternoon and evening hours with the front. Flood watch starts late tonight, continues through Tuesday evening, covers the entire area. The graphic on the left. Then on the right is the excessive rainfall outlook from WPC. Moderate risk for exceeding flash flood guidance from Owensboro to Paducah, but everybody's under the gun as far as I'm concerned, especially looking at the yellow area farther into southern Illinois and further south toward northwestern Tennessee there in the Nashville area. And why is that? Well, obviously we had a ton of rain with the last rain event. Here's the 7-day observed precipitation across the area. Widespread 2 to 3 inches, as you well know. And we had 4 to 5 inches in spots, especially from parts of southeast Missouri across western Kentucky there in far southern Illinois. So needless to say, ground conditions are saturated. And our forecast precipitation totals for this first event, the axis is right across the Ohio River back into southeast Missouri, extending to about Route 13. But again, all areas under the gun, with probably the I-64 corridor in southern Illinois the least likely to have significant flash flooding. The area of greatest concern is again, from Owensboro to about Paducah into southeast Missouri, where the convection could really line up and tend to train over the same area. Now let's move ahead. I just did one graphic for the winter weather event that's upcoming. You know, there's still details to iron out here. We're still a few days away. I talked with some other offices. Offices to our west and southwest are already going with winter storm watches. Talked with Springfield and St. Louis. We want to hold off, and Memphis as well. We want to hold off on any watches for now. We have enough headlines in effect, and we will have time to provide lead time for this next event as we wind down round one. Now, there is significant precipitation amounts forecast with round two, the winter weather event, and we're looking at southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, points right along the Ohio and Mississippi River up to about the Wabash as being the area of greatest concern for freezing rain and sleet accumulations. Now, again, two waves of this. One wave Wednesday night with a lull Thursday morning, and then another round from midday to early afternoon, ending in the early evening. We're not projecting specific amounts yet in this area, but there could be significant impacts to both travel and the concern with the elevated accretions of ice in trees and on power lines. This is all subject to change. There will be some adjustments to the forecast, obviously, but I don't know that there will be that many because the signal has been fairly consistent. I didn't draw the red area into the Evansville tri-state because the amounts are slightly lower there, but we could still see impacts in the Evansville tri-state area. Now, along the Ohio, Paducah's right on the line, as you can see, back down to about New Madrid. Over into West Kentucky, it's pretty much going to stay above freezing. Where the freezing line ends up is key, and we have gone with the colder models because they tend to be more accurate in handling these shallow cold air intrusions. Some of the other guidance just looked too warm to us. So needless to say, that will be critical, but most of West Kentucky, especially from Mayfield, Murray, the lakes to Madisonville, we're looking at mainly rain and with 1 to 2 inches of precipitation forecast, thus the concern for additional flooding in that area. And like I said, with freezing rain, it's still liquid to the north of the Ohio and west of the Mississippi. So there could even be some minor flooding problems where we have the winter precipitation. So MES, I think, sums it up pretty well over the next few days. And like I said, I will have these graphics available via an email blast PDF. You can also click in the upper right-hand corner, a link on our website will have the information available to you as well in this decision support packet we've put together. So with that, I'll open it up to any questions. Again, you can use the chat if you like.